DJ, I've got a question for you. As you see Dale Jr. there, he's getting a pretty good run. If he gets up to Kyle Busch, knowing the relationship between these two guys, it's being a little bit testy, do you think they work together and try to pull away from the field?
Yeah, even with that, I think so. So you have to put that aside, and you remember that at the end of the race. At this portion, if you can hook up with somebody, even though he's a guy that you might have a few different feelings about, you're going to try to get away and make life a little bit easier for yourself. But if that happens towards the end of the race, no love lost there. I think we could see something pretty exciting happen, Brad.
Hey, one thing I've seen about these drivers, they'll do whatever it takes to help themselves. If that'll help him, he'll do it.
Guys moving in on Carl Edwards there. Carl in the 60 car right behind Michael Waltrip. They are 7th, 8th, and 9th position.
Man, these cars look like a handful to drive.
Between the aero package and the way that they run these chassis now and the roughness of this racetrack, it makes these cars very difficult. They're not quite as bad because they have a little more downforce than what their Cup cars do, but the way these cars bounce around, it makes them very difficult to drive, and they have to run them so loose to get any speed out of them.
We saw early in the race when the track was green and the tires were good, we could see them running just flat out wide open, and I've heard some of the in-cars, some of these guys are pedaling that gas pedal, getting in the corner now.
Carl Edwards back on the inside of Allgaier, trying to take that spot away. That would be 7th position, and behind him Matt Kenseth. Look at Matt way up across the racetrack within about a half a foot of the wall.
I don't think he wants to be up there.
No, that's not by choice. His car's gotten so loose, and that's where you kind of have to go to turn the steering wheel less. And let's watch his throttle here and see. Now, he's going through the tri-oval right here. Of course, he's going to be wide open there. And let's watch him as he gets down to turn 1 if he's having to come out of the throttle because he's loose getting into the corner.
Like he's able to stay wide open getting into 1.
Yeah. Now, he goes down to more towards the bottom that time.
Up ahead, a challenge, 2nd position, Earnhardt Jr. and Clint Bowyer, and Jr. will take the spot away.
Yeah, Bowyer was trying to make a pass on Kyle Busch, but Jr. hasn't taken that spot away. That 29 car is strong at the end of the straightaway.
Bowyer getting a little drafting help from David Reagan from behind, and Jr. up high doesn't have a lot of help from until they get back about 4 or 5 more car lengths.
They do this, they each get kind of big pushes, and then that kind of separates them, and then all they do is push you to that bumper, and then you don't have the help to make the pass. Plus, a lot of these guys are still trying to figure out exactly what, trying to make that outside work and see what they can do. All of this is just kind of positioning and learning for the end of the race, because they know when it gets down in those last 10 laps that they're going to need to know exactly what their car will do in certain situations.
The 5 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr. showing in 5th position, but he is yet to lead a lap tonight. Dave.
But Doc, as we know at these restrictor plate tracks, he spends most of his time with the gas pedal mashed to the floor. Because of that, the shape of the pedal and how it hits the bottom of his right foot is very important. Engine tuner Howard Shipwash, who you see right here, is responsible for that pedal and met with Junior on Monday at the shop to make sure it was right. It was not. While Junior waited, Howard made a new pedal assembly to get the feel Junior wants in that pedal, and Junior left the shop happy. Tim Brewer stands by in our Craftsman Tech Garage. Tim, how can a little thing like the shape of a pedal or how it sits be so important to these guys at this track?
Everything's important, Dave, to a driver's comfort in the car. But like you said, when you're on the gas pedal, folks, you don't want that foot always stretched out. So you basically put a curvature in the gas pedal. So when the gas pedal's all the way down on the floor, you've got an idea that the guy's comfortable. But the bad thing about it is when he is wide open on the floor and his foot stretched out, that's going to go to sleep. It's very uncomfortable. So what Earnhardt wants to do is basically have his foot in a position to where it's at a normal angle and it's not very disturbing and his foot doesn't go to sleep. The comfort means everything to these race car drivers.
DJ, how about that over the years? And when you got to hold it wide open, that calf muscle can start to quiver about halfway through.
Yeah, you have to get it exactly right, and that was great of Dale Jr. to go by there, and because he hasn't been in that race car, and get things right, because he knows how important that is. We have a car slow on the track here, John West Townley.
We are
trying to get it started. Say it won't turn over at all. He's on the apron there in turn 4.
Yeah, he should have enough speed to get to pit road. NASCAR.
It's going to take a while, though. He may not get there. He's going extremely slow. I'm not sure he'll make it.
Got 10-4.
We stay green. We've had
no, looks like the caution did come out.
Okay,
it looked like he was iffy of making it in.
And you can't have somebody riding there, but the leader's getting ready to come off of turn 4, and if something happens, you can't put someone in that position, even though it looks like he's going to make it to the pit road.
He'd be a sitting duck if they had a crash coming off of that corner, and it'd be a dangerous situation for everybody.
And he will roll his car on the pit road very slowly, but that will bring out caution for the second time tonight.
We are going to be in a situation here with 45 laps complete, Andy, that may be looking at somebody could stretch if we happen to go green.
Boy, it'd have to stretch it a long way to make it under that condition. That's 55 laps from here. It'll be 54 next time by. I haven't talked to anybody that said they could go quite that far.
And our Aaron's lucky dog getting the free pass, Michael Annette in the 15 car. He was the first car a lap down. Remember, he had that cut tire, that shredded tire, I should say, came on the pit road, and the near miss at the front of the field. He will now be able to get back on the lead lap, and that will put 38 cars on the lead lap as we work caution for the second time tonight. Well, they all pitted on lap 11. They're going to be coming back in, and it'll be very interesting. We saw a scramble, not only getting into pits, but trying to get off pit road. See some guys sideways a moment ago trying to get off pit road on that first stop.
Yeah, this is a tough pit road, and obviously you want to get things done in a timely fashion. Everybody's going to be getting 4 tires this time, so that's not going to be a question.
Now we're going to follow Kyle Busch, Clint Boyer, and David Reagan on our triple pits as they come down and try to get 4 tires and see who can get off.
I'm interested to see what Boyer will do. His car's been real loose. It's been extremely fast, but he needs to have that car just a little more stable if he's going to be able to win this thing. So I'll be watching for adjustments there.
Yeah, I think that hurt him back in February. He had a fast race car, but it was just too loose in traffic to try to, once he got back in the pack a little bit, he could get back, but he couldn't get all the way to the front. So let's see if they tighten that thing up.
And we'll keep an eye on Matt Kenseth, by the way, too. He's in 9th spot coming on the pit road. His team have done an incredible job, the 16 guys with pit stops this year. See if he can gain some spots. 55 miles an hour, second time on pit road tonight. Let's go down to Jamie.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, David Reagan says he's a 3 loose. He just wants a little more grip, tighten him up, air pressure adjustment for the 6 car. Shannon?
Jamie, on that scale, Kyle Busch is a 4 loose on entry and exit. They're going to make a track bar adjustment. Also 4 tires for that 18 car. Dave?
Clint Boyer wants 4 fresh tires. He doesn't want any chassis changes, though. Keep your eyes on that second white line just in front of Clint. That's the race off of pit road that Shannon described in our countdown show. Clint will just have to flip the throttle and take off. He leaves, and he's going to win. He's got full of Sunoco fuel. He'll win the race off pit road. Kyle Busch came out right behind him.
So Boyer gains a spot. Will come off as the first car off pit road. Michael Waltrip's bunch doing a nice job, gaining 3 positions there. And the 33 car still in the pits. Now Kevin Harvick able to put it in gear and pull away. Let's see how close this was coming out of the pits. There is the 29 car of Boyer.
Looked closer than that when they came off of there, but it's the speed difference you see having that first pit stall.
4 laps away from halfway under caution here at Daytona. When we come back, another double file restart.